Learn how to make a tassel. Hi there, I'm Cilla from Cilla Crochets, and I'm here to cheer you on throughout your crochet journey no matter what stage you're at. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a tassel so you can add it onto your crochet projects. For example, I just finished designing this scarf and I added some adorable little tassels to the end of it. So that's the kind of thing you can do with your tassels. Quick reminder, there are timestamps below in the description. So if you want to skip any parts of this video, simply go to that description, click the link, and you'll be able to jump right to the tutorial if that's what you're after. If you're interested in any of the materials like the yarn or the accessories that I'm using in today's video, there are also product links in the description below. But let's jump right into the tutorial and I'll show you how to make a tassel. All you're going to need is the yarn you'd like to make the tassel with, a pair of scissors, and a tapestry needle. Now you can change the size of your tassel by using a bit more yarn, using a thicker type of yarn. Also, how you decide to wrap the yarn, which will become clear in a second, will also determine the size. So how I'm going to show you today is simply by using 4 fingers here, which will be approximately the height of your tassel. So if you want a bigger or smaller tassel than that in height, all you have to do is choose a bit of cardboard and cut it to the height that you'd like your tassel to be. I find it much easier also for the use, I made these tassels for a scarf. I thought this height was perfect for that. And it's also easier because you don't need to go and get any extra materials. So that is how I'm going to show you today. To start off with making your tassel, simply hold the yarn over your 4 fingers like this. If you're using a piece of cardboard instead of your fingers, hold it over the piece of cardboard. And then you're simply going to wrap the yarn around that piece or your fingers like I'm doing. I'm going to do this approximately 40 times, but this is another determination of the size of your tassel. So this one was wrapped about 40 times. If you want it thicker, wrap it around more. If you want it thinner, wrap it around less. Now I'm not counting, so don't test me on how many times I have wrapped it around, but I'm going to do approximately the same thickness as what I did before, which was about 40 times. Now, you want to finish when you're at the back of the piece, so either at the back of your fingers or at the back of your piece of cardboard, and you're just going to snip the yarn at the bottom there, so it's about the same height, roughly. Then remove the loop of yarn off your fingers or off the piece of cardboard and simply snip the bottom section. Keep a hold of it at the top so you're not losing any bits of yarn. Now I'm just going to lay that out there for a second. Using the same yarn, I'm going to snip a section, another piece. Mine is probably about 3 times as long as these bits here, maybe about 2.5, just to give you an idea. But there's no exact science to this. And what you're doing is you're placing that big section of yarn that you've just snipped, you're placing it on top of this bit, this thread that I've just chopped, right in the center. And all we're going to do now is double knot it. So 1 knot really tight. You want this to be as tight as you possibly can make it. And then let's do that again. So that's a double knot there. Now, this is going to be, these bits are going to be the yarn that you can use to attach the tassel to your crocheted project or whatever it is that you're making the tassel for. So now you want to fold the sides over. This will give you your full length, and chop another bit of the same yarn, a little bit longer this time,
So just to show you, that's, I mean, quite a lot. And we're going to place this folded, you know, it's folded now. We're going to place this bit over the bit of yarn we've just cut. And you want to place it roughly 1/4 of the way down. And what this is going to do is create this section here at the top. So now again, all we're going to do is double knot. And do this quite tightly. So that's 1 knot. That's a 2nd knot. Okay. And now we're going to use these extra strands to wrap it around. So firstly, I'll use this one. Just make sure you're not catching any strands of yarn as you do this. And you're just going to wrap it around. Just a few times, however many times you think is necessary, or how thick you want that line to be, really. And this part, I'm going to use my tapestry needle. I'm going to thread it under that section. And then I'm going to thread this yarn tail into the needle. If I can do this far away. Normally I put my eyes quite closely to this section when I'm trying to thread a needle. There we go. And then you're just going to pull that through, and that will secure that yarn tail in place. Don't worry about the extra thread at the end. We're going to cut that anyway, or trim it, I should say. So now with your other yarn tail, do the same thing. You can either go in the same direction or the opposite direction. It doesn't really matter. But just wrap that around a few times as well. Try and do it quite tightly so you are, you know, securing it in place. Now I'm going to use this tapestry needle and just do the same thing again. So placing that under, threading the yarn tail onto the tapestry needle, like that, and then pulling that through. And that secures it in place. And then, of course, you can make the top of your tassel a little bit fuller just by pulling these yarn strands at the top gently, or you can make it slimmer, I suppose, by pulling the tassel ends here downwards. So you'll see if I pull there, it's going to make this tighter. If I pull up here, it will make it a bit fuller. And then all we're going to do is trim the ends of our tassel. So I'm going to do that now. And all you're trying to do is even it out and make it look a little bit neater. A little bit like a pom-pom if you've ever made pom-poms before. But there we go. I'm happy with that. And that is how you make a tassel. Now, if you want to secure this onto a project, in particular a crochet project, what I would do is simply use my tapestry needle, thread one of the yarn strands at the end onto it, and then I would put it through a crochet stitch. Then I would double knot these two around the crochet stitch, and then thread both threads back onto the tapestry needle and weave it into my crochet project. And I will show you close up of what that looks like on this scarf I've done. So here's quite a few tassels, and all I've done is tied a double knot using this section onto a crochet stitch, and then I've weaved it that way and then weaved it back the way and chopped my yarn tail. And that is how you can secure it onto a crochet project.
And it really is as simple as that. I hope this video helps you make tassels for your crochet projects or for whatever else you're going to make them for. Let me know in the comments below. I'd really love to know. If you've enjoyed this video and it's helped you, please do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more crochet updates like this. If you turn the little bell on, you'll get notified when any new videos are released as well. Until next time, happy crocheting! If you want to see my little helper, let me show you.
This is Burton. Hey Burton, say hi to everyone.